This is what you need to understand if you want to go out and drink on the weekends, but you're also trying to lose weight and get in great shape. Okay, so this was me at the start of the year. This is me now. I'll use this tool. This was me at the start of the year. This is me now. I was going out every, if not every other weekend to the bar to drink, have some drinks with my friends, go out, have a good time. But a lot of people think that if you're trying to lose weight, you can't go out and drink and you can't enjoy your social life. But that's completely false. And I'm going to break that limiting belief right now. The first thing you have to understand is if you're going and drinking beers or high calorie, high sugar drinks when you're getting drunk, you are automatically making it so much harder for yourself to lose weight. Not only does alcohol per every shot, and some of you might not know this, have 100 calories per shot. When you start drinking beer or twisted teas or seltzers with high sugar content, what have you, that calories goes up by 2 to 3 times. It could be 300 calories for one of these. This is probably like 200 calories of just straight estrogen and carbs. Alcohol plus estrogen plus carbs. Okay, so if you're drinking high calorie drinks or beers, you are making it so much harder for yourself than it needs to be. Than it already is because you're going out and drinking liquid calories. The next thing you're doing is every time after you're done drinking, you go and you eat fast food. You go eat burgers, fries, pop, candy, chocolate. If you want to get in shape, but you also want to drink, you have to sacrifice the things that are obvious, bro. Don't be dumb. Don't go eat 3 chocolate bars when you're done the club. Don't let your hangover cravings the next day cause you to eat a bunch of BS. And the way to stop that is before you go out, tell yourself, I'm going to go out, but this is not going to affect how I eat. Me going out is not going to affect my diet, how I'm eating every day. If you get that in your head before you've had any drinks, when you're sober, then when you are drunk and it is 3 a.m. and you want a burger and fries, you're going to be able to tell yourself, oh, I told myself when I'm sober I'm not allowed that. This doesn't happen. I'm going home. I'm eating clean. I'm staying fit. But if you don't have that conversation with yourself beforehand, when you go out and you let your drunk brain decide if we should have a candy bar or if we should have a burger, what do you think it's going to decide? You will be eating that burger. And that's going to just, like, this could literally be, let's say you have 5 beers. And each beer is worth 150 calories. Most beers are worth more than that, but let's say it's 150. 150 calories for beer. That's 750 calories right there. That's only 5. You only had 5 beers. Me, probably have like, for a good night, a drunk night where I'm staying out a while, probably like 8, 9. Right? So let's say it's just 5. 750 calories. Let's say then you've already eaten your meals for the day. So eating more food is just going to add on to your maintenance. Just going to add on to what you've already eaten. You have a candy bar, 200 calories. You have a burger fries combo, another 800 calories. That's now 1,700 calories. Probably, that's on the generous side, probably around 2,000 calories. In just between 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. of just degeneracy. That is something you cannot do. Or you could have a night where you're getting even more drunk and using the James Bond TSL vodka martini method. And instead, you're drinking 8 shots of tequila and it's only 800 calories and that's all you drink. And you don't get hungover because you didn't have a spike in sugar from all that sugary drinks. You didn't eat a bunch of fast food. You're not super craving a bunch of bad stuff the next day because, again, you didn't shoot up your insulin levels with a bunch of sugary drinks the night before. So that is the method you need to adopt. Is if you want to go out and drink and you want to lose weight at the same time, that's okay. But you have to obviously eat less food, eat like a high test individual, suppress your hunger throughout the week with coffee, with Diet Coke, with filling food like steak and potatoes. Potatoes are so filling. You need to be eating that stuff throughout the week. You need to be eating less food throughout the week, obviously, if you want to use calories up on the weekend for drinking. Drinking costs calories, you know. Like, before, when I was naive, I was just like, it doesn't count. When I drink, calories don't count. Like, bleh. No, when you drink, that's liquid calories, literally. So, adopt the James Bond method. TSL, vodka martini, tequila soda lime, if you don't know what that is. Tequila soda lime method, plus vodka martinis, which is basically straight alcohol. Clear liquor only. Dark liquor is going to shoot up, it's got a bunch of sugar in it. Beers are estrogen maxing. And seltzers and tweez and stuff like that are just going to shoot up your sugar and calories that you don't need to. So if you want to lose weight and go out on the weekend, TSL vodka martini method, be James Bond, and throughout the week, be a high test individual and eat less food. The non-negotiables. Do not binge food later that night or the next day. I've already talked about this. Do not binge food later that night or the next day. Tell yourself before you go out, that is not an option. And then your drunk brain it'll be a lot easier to resist. In the moment, you still have to be like, nah, no cravings for me. But you also have to remember, you want to look, you want to look shredded. You're shredded where all your friends are soy and they're not, and they're going to go eat this stuff that they don't need to. You're going to be like, no, I'm not going to do that. I want to be shredded. I want to look like this. All right, so you don't want to do that stuff. Next one is drink diet soda mixers and 0-calorie mixers when you're drinking. If you're mixing vodka in something or tequila in something and you're not doing these two methods and you're doing something else, always do diet soda or 0-calorie sodas. There's no point in doing calorie sodas because you're literally just adding on extra calories that you don't need to. Work out the next day. If you drink that night, if you drink on a Friday night, you have to get up and work that off the next day. Go lift, go on a run, beat the hangover. You have to do something. Move your body, get active, sweat. You have to earn the send. You do not have the chance. You just went out and drank an alcohol. You cannot afford to go sit in bed the next day and bed rot and let the hangover beat you and drink a bunch of, and eat a bunch of crappy food and give in to your cravings. No, get up, go work out, drink some black coffee, and you're hungover and your hangover will be beaten in a couple hours. Be high test, The last one is obviously eat less food the day of your drinking. Like we said, if you're allotting 800 calories to tequila that night, 8 shots of tequila, then that means you have to account for 800 calories within your maintenance, within that day. So maybe you're eating on Thursday and Friday for lunch, you're eating a smaller lunch that has 400 less calories, so that Friday night you can have 8 shots of tequila. You have to eat less food to account for the calories that are going to be used when you're drinking. You have to be mindful of these type of things. These are the non-negotiables that you need to lock in on if you want to go out every weekend and still, get shredded. You can do it. I did it. But this is the method you have to use. James Bond, TSL, vodka martini, plus eat less food, work out a ton, strength train a ton, walk a bunch, appetite suppressants all the time, fasting. You can do it, but you got to do it smart. Stay away from these guys. Stay away if you don't want to look like this. Okay? That's it, man. That's how you do it.